Quarantine Studios is more like Uber or Amazon for the music industry, and I mean that by saying because we have every component that a record label has under Quarantine Studio.
You start breaking it down to me, and I'm looking at you, and I'm seeing you explain it. And I said, my God, Jim Jones might have cracked the code. He might have $1 billion idea. And I'm sitting there, and because I know how you felt when you was breaking it down to me. That's how I talk to other dudes when I'm trying to pull something off and I really believe in something. And tell us about this Quarantine Studios.
Shit, the Quarantine Studios are something I started using myself as the guinea pig.
Tick, 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 tick.
We in the studio.
I was dead like a 40 to the head. Popped
live,
up and
nigga.
dropped with a bad shorty instead. Money too
live,
long,
nigga.
ain't no shortage of bread. Wait till you see the Rari, I just ordered the red. Sister wanted me to die, I'ma flex on the bag. Brought the big Birkin just to put the tech in the bag. My lawyer got me walking up cold with the Jefferson swag.
It was a money grab at the beginning because of all the shows and stuff stopping and be so used to the back end, and me myself start panicking because that back end be good. Like you depend on them $20,000-$30,000 a weekend for myself it's pretty lucrative and shit like that.
Spectacular.
You know what I mean? So when that slowed up, it's like, all right, what we gonna do? I mean, I know how to make money in a lot of different ways, but music is the easiest way that, and has been the leader of the income and shit like that. And I just said I put my services out there. So alone providing my services, I ended up making a shitload of money. When I ended up making a shitload of money, I started including different people. And I really respect DJ Envy for what he did. Like, you know, DJ Envy is like a rapper, if people don't know. Like, he's probably more powerful than a rapper and more popping than a rapper because of his radio show. And I was reaching out to different artists and stuff like that. And I don't think they understood what I was trying to tell them. And the one person who understands money was DJ Envy. And DJ Envy was like the first real person I got to really understand and let me use his likeness and use him in a way that could be, you know, profitable or important to what we did. And after that, I ended up figuring out a loop of how to record in real time and don't have to leave my house, and I don't need an engineer in my house. Like, I figured out how to manipulate the computer screen with three different platforms that's out there and turns it into something that works for me. So Quarantine Studios is more like Uber or Amazon for the music industry, and I mean that by saying because we have every component that a record label has under Quarantine Studios, from publicists to entertainment lawyers to engineers to producers to publishing to the merch to graphic designs, to you name it, we could tap you in from Quarantine Studio sides. If that's
and one of the main components is I could be in my house if I got the studio, not even studio, just a computer. I could be in my house, you could be in New York, and the engineer could be in Atlanta, and we could record a song together in real time, 100%. As if we was in the studio.
100%. Right now, I can send you a link right now. You could upload it if you had a little setup in your house. You could upload it. I tell my engineer to come on. The engineer come on, and then that's it. I ain't got to do nothing but get in the booth. Tell the engineer play some beats. Engineer play some beats. Once me and you figure out a beat we like, and I write my rhyme, I'm going to the booth. Tell the engineer bring it back, record. If I was an auto tune, I tell him add auto tune. When you get your shit done, he turn around, go into your computer, take control, upload the beat, put the attachment on there so you can hear like you in the studio with me exactly and shit like that. And after that, it's golden. And if you bring it back, he can mix it down and shit. You could put it up the same night if you had that super loop to the to all the platforms and shit like that. But it's like that simple. There's so much you could do with it. It's like you could do publishing from instant publishing from these live virtual rooms. You could do record label deals from these rooms. You can do showcases. It's endless amounts of things that you can do from this virtual space that we've created. And keep in mind that we're just a service. So we're here to help artists in all sorts. And we've added comedy. We've added actual art for people that's visual art, people that's dope with paintings and stuff like that. So it's a complete artist platform, and we just
I seen somebody painting the Mike Tyson the day of the fight. What was that about?
Andrew lost the artist.
We're gonna wait for Jim to get on, but we're gonna get started with Scram, and then Jim is gonna hop on.
Andrew lose, I'm gonna have him paint a diplomat picture for us next. One of the iconic diplomat pictures I'm gonna have him paint for us. Under Quarantine Studios, we did quarantine art. So there's a plethora of artists out there that don't get a platform or don't get to get seen. So we've been trying to help artists sell their paintings on that platform. And Andrew is a dope artist. He did a tribute to Kobe Bryant, I believe it was. So a lot of people know him, and we started doing the live auctions on live while he's actually painting pictures where people could see and give a chance to put their bid in and buy the actual painting online.
And how about the artists when they have an album release or mixtape release or a single release? You guys throw a virtual single release party, right?
Yeah, so we have a partnership through Quarantine Studios and Zap Life where even with the mixtapes, like, so when people do these tag artist mixtapes, we do it virtually, so the artist gets to submit their music and get to talk to me while I play their music. And then we also have virtual mixtape parties, which Zap Life has the platform where we can add as many people as you want to come to your mixtape release party, and that goes for anything. If it was an album release, no matter what it is, we have access to platforms that can fulfill that. So you ain't even got.
You know, man, it's COVID out there, Jimmy, and you know I'm a big fan of yours, a big supporter. But I see you every day shooting a fucking video. You and French, you and this one, you and Davies, you and like you working past the COVID, huh?
I've taken 3 COVID tests in the past 2 weeks. I just got my results for my last COVID test today, which says negative. Like, I don't want people to look at that camera and think that I'm out there playing any games. I'm well aware that COVID is very serious. What you don't see is when I get back in my car, I always got hot tea. I always got the fucking shit for your hands, to whatever they hand sanitizer. I got vitamins in my car that I take every time I get inside. Always, like, I do everything as precautious as I can before I get back in this house and shit like that. And when I come back in the house, I always try to make sure I drink a cup of hot water. Like, I have all these preventive measures that I could do so I could stay healthy here for my family and shit like that. But when everything got locked down, I did a whole shitload of features and shit like that. And now that it's opened up and people want to get their videos done before I lock back down again, and that's a bag. I can't let the bag go because that is what pays my family. So this platform kept me away for a while, but it's inevitable to do a video without being in contact. Until I figure out how to make a hologram of me and send them out there in the street, I got to get the bag. So, you know, I'm going to try to stay as clean and as healthy as possible. I got all type of shit for the immune system that I take every day, from the zinc to the elderberry to the vitamin C. I take Airborne with me in my pouch every day. So, you know, I do everything possible because I'm going to get that money, and I got to get it.
Yo, Jim, you got to get it. I know you dropped the deluxe.
Yes.
Tell them about that, because I think I was on the original, the New York joint.
Yes. The deluxe was bunch of records we had that we didn't put out on the original joint that we was on, and I added a few more records. As you know, Heat Makers is family, you know what I mean, bloodline. So it's always a pleasure to do records.
Awesomeness.
Yeah,
yo, you and so the rumor was you was out there in Aruba with Fab for his birthday, and you was writing songs looking at the flamingos and shit.
Yeah, I actually finished El Capo by the pool in Aruba. I did 3 records. I finished the whole deluxe at the pool in Aruba. When my engineer was back in New York or back in Atlanta, wherever he was, I was on the pool in Aruba. I set the whole shit up by the pool. They let me smoke. They ain't bother me. You know, Aruba's my hometown. That's where I'm from. Like, that's where my family's born. Like, so it's a pleasure when I'm there and shit like that. They really take care of me. But I finished the El Capo Deluxe, Quarantine Studio style, right by the pool, with weed and this going in with no shirt on either. You heard?
Yo, let me tell you something, Jim. How could they get in contact with Quarantine Studios?
You could get in contact with us through the DM at the Quarantine Studios, or you could go to bookings at quarantinestudios.com and get in touch with us. Or you could go to Tidal and go to the webpage and Tidal. Shout out to Tidal. I did a partnership with Tidal. If y'all don't know, Joe is a big person on the big side of the board of Quarantine Studios. I don't want y'all to get fooled to him up here. He is part of the board of Quarantine Studios. The board is a slim board, very slim board, but this guy is very smart. He's on the board of Quarantine Studios, but we did a partnership with Tidal. Tidal is now in the midst of creating a complete platform for Quarantine Studios, the technology involved, the apps and everything. Right now we have Quarantine Studios playlists up on Tidal, and also you go there and find out more information about Quarantine Studios. Shout out to Tidal, shout out to OG, shout out to Jay, shout out to the big lady Dez. I appreciate everybody over there.
Yeah. Yeah.